Maker's build lifecycle has gone through 3 phases: manufacturing, integration, and test. The manufacturing phase started with building all of the components that make up the aircraft. The airframe, making the composite parts, laying up the carbon fiber, curing it, trimming it, and bonding the parts together. The systems, manufacturing and sourcing all of the electronics and power system components, like the batteries, the motors, propellers, avionics, and sensors. The software, writing the flight code and building the test and simulation environments. Once we had all of the pieces, we integrated the plane, which means assembling the airframe and installing the components in the airplane. The last phase before flight is called bring up and ground testing. During this phase, we verify that all the systems work properly on the ground before we bring it into the air. We start very incrementally. Does the aircraft power on? Do the components talk to each other? Then we get more complex vehicle tests, where we verify the control system is working properly, connected to the propulsion system, driving the motors at full power. The last phase of bring up is the high power propulsion ground test, where we will be putting the high power motors through their paces on the ground before taking it to the sky. For example, we will power up all the motors to full power while the aircraft is strapped to the ground to verify that everything is working properly. In parallel with hardware testing, we're still developing and testing the software. That includes the first flight simulator, or sim, where we are modeling the physics of the airplane, flying with our flight code, verifying the control system and software are functioning as expected. The last ground test we will do before flight is an untethered test, where we verify the entire propulsion and flight control system is functioning correctly. Basically rehearsing the first flight, but with slightly less thrust than is needed to get the aircraft off the ground. Once this has been verified, we're ready to fly.